Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. Today's video is going to be a message to stop using or stop watching short form content specifically, but it sort of feeds into a general idea to stop using social media as well. In particular, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook probably has some sort of short form content too. I think it's just really detrimental. I know it is really detrimental. It feeds quite a lot into routine as well, I think, because when I first started to go to the gym and do other habits like meditation, cold showers, things like that, and when I had a solidified morning routine where I did like gratitude journaling, social media wasn't so much of an issue, and I got into this rhythm, I got into this routine, and I saw progress in the gym and things were going well. This is when I first started making YouTube videos on this channel last summer, and then you get used to the routine. And Alex Hormozi talks about this, and I agree with him that when the routine becomes solidified, it doesn't do as much for you in your life. Like with cold showers, for example, I started doing them again like 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, and it was really difficult at the start, and because it was difficult, I gained certain benefits from it. You feel more accomplished because it is harder at the beginning, so therefore it influences your emotions and your mental in a different way. But when the routine solidifies and it's not seen as a difficult thing anymore, then the routine isn't as useful for you. So what I did is the last few months I haven't been as on my routine, especially meditation. I've let meditation slip quite a bit. A few days I've missed journaling in the morning, but that's fine. I would just tell myself that I had such a long morning routine that it wasn't really worth it, and also I wasn't finding it difficult because I'd got used to the routine. And then you get to the point where the old habits start to creep in because you're not doing the routine that you've solidified. You're not doing the habits that replaced the bad ones. So what I tell myself now is that even if my morning routine is really long, it might take an hour and a half, that's better than at least I'm using my time doing something for myself, which I know is beneficial to me, even if it isn't hard, even if it might not be optimal. That's a good thing to do, and it becomes systematic, and it allows me to move on to the next planned thing in my day, almost like clockwork. When you take that out, I find when you like, another thing that I do quite often is plan my day, write down what I want to do at what time, and then you can stay on track more. When I stopped doing that because I thought, it's a waste of time, I can do it in my head, or I don't really need to plan because most days are the same anyway, so there's no point. Because you don't have the routine down, you go back to the bad habit. And the bad habit for me is short form content, especially Instagram Reels. I go through a perpetual cycle of watching Instagram Reels, uninstalling it. Going on Instagram, uninstalling it, and then I use YouTube Shorts instead. I had this blocker app. What was it called? OneSec. The app was called. It's pretty good. It meant so that every time I went on YouTube on my phone, the 1 sec app would come up. It'd just be a white screen. It would say, it's funny, it's ridiculous really, but the text would come up and it would say, take a deep breath, and then a blue slider would go up to the top, like you're taking a deep breath, and then out again. And it says, are you sure you want to continue to YouTube? And then most times you're like, okay, after I've taken a deep breath and it's taken 15 seconds, I don't want to go on YouTube anymore. I've realized that it was just a subconscious urge to go and get some quick dopamine, let's say. So that was a useful app, but it stopped working for some reason the other day, and still haven't activated it again. And I found myself slipping into this thing again. And you might be thinking, oh, this is a bit harsh, Daniel. You know, you're being too harsh on yourself. You're being too rigid with your routine. Doesn't matter if you have if you have some off time and you can watch like short form content. For me, I can't, because there is no moderation with short form content. It is that bad. As soon as I start watching short form content, I cannot stop until I'm physically in a worse state, in a much worse state. So it might be that I'm doom scrolling until I'm so thirsty that I need to actually get up and get some water, or I'm so hungry that I need to get up and get some food, or what was the other one? Or often to like a time period. So it might be, I've just eaten lunch. This is often when it happens. I've just eaten lunch and I've got something on in 2 hours. I've got table tennis training, or I'm meeting a friend. That's time to kill, right? If I haven't planned anything. So I go on my phone, I'm just checking my notifications, and then I go on it, and you just keep scrolling until the very last moment when it is possible for you to exit and have just about enough time to get ready and go. That's not good, and not only because of the bad effects that it has on your physical life, but it's not enjoyable for me either. After the first 15 minutes, you're just chasing. Your thumb is like programmed to just keep on scrolling to find the next funny video, to feel the way that you felt in the first 15 minutes, and it does not feel good. And it's often I keep scrolling until the last minute, until I have a terrible headache, or I'm so thirsty I need to get up, or I have to go because I'm meeting someone. I either scroll to that point, or sometimes nice videos come up and they say, oh, are you mindfully scrolling, or are you just doom scrolling? Or sometimes there are videos of like creators telling you to put your phone down on the table, and then you can hear their voice still going, and they talk about, they basically help you do some breath work with you. Might say like breathe in, breathe out, and you realize that. And quite often they tell you to zoom out and look at yourself from the third person. And I find that really useful when you actually zoom out and see yourself, see what action you're doing, as if you're in a film. It can often seem ridiculous. It's helpful when you have the urge to watch porn as well. If you zoom out and look in the third person and imagine yourself, it often helps stop you doing the bad habit, which is a result of an urge. Yeah, So today, it's been plaguing me on and off all week, watching YouTube Shorts and Reels and things. But today has been the first day in a while, I think, where I haven't watched it at all. I'm not going to. Getting ready for bed after this. And it's been a great day, because I've actually done what I wanted to do. Because this habit of watching short form content or just being on social media in general often comes from an urge. It's almost like a bodily sensation, a bodily urge, a want to, connect with other people. But it's not real. it's just so fake online. You're not living in the real world, and there are so many better things that you could be doing: reading books, going on walks in nature outside, talking to friends and family, having deep conversations. And people always say, this is the time of your life. You're in your early 20s or in your teenage years, and they use that as a way to say, it's okay to relax and slack off a little bit. I agree. It's different for watching films and TV and even playing video games occasionally if you deserve it. But it has to be a conscious choice, a conscious reward for something. It is not beneficial to just give in to urges. Because that's just a subconscious want. It's just a quick, instant gratification, just how to get quick pleasure. It's a lot more fulfilling to work towards long-term goals. And you can do that by actually engaging with what your mind objectively wants, as in the long term, not just the short term. So that's what I've been doing. I've had a great day so far. One way that you can find out what to do in your day, what to strive for, what long-term goal you want, and also to find out more about yourself, what kind of person you are, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, and how the world works, human behavior, why things are the way they are. Get journaling. And any question you have. I mean, if you're not, I would be surprised if you're not curious about one of those things that I just said. And they're all broad ideas and questions. Get journaling, get a piece of paper, pen and paper, write down the question and try and answer it. It's really helpful if you're bored and you don't know what to do next. There is always something to do that can benefit you. And that includes, chilling out, recovering from exercise, recovering from sport. It's not all grinding all of the time, but it's also definitely not mindlessly scrolling on social media, on short form content, because you're not living. You're actually not living in the real world. Go outside and experience nature. It's wonderful. That's all I had to say today, guys. I'm playing in a table tennis tournament tomorrow morning, so I'll probably film some matches, not for the YouTube specifically, but to see my progress, see what needs work in terms of my shots and tactics and things like that. So stay tuned for that. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and see you in the next video. Bye.